the last thing I want to talk about before we skip over to our D&D episode. God, how do I tiptoe around this without tripping up the algorithm? Because the algorithm doesn't like when you say certain words. Happy Liberation Day? Because they may have liberated us out of the Switch 2? If you don't know what I'm talking about, congratulations, you've buried your head so far into the sand that all of this is irrelevant to you. Liberation Day was when all of the tariffs went into effect.
Yeah.
With all those tariffs going into effect, everything is in the future is going to be a lot more expensive because they put tariffs on everyone. By this time that we're making this video, most of those tariffs have been paused for 90 days. But that also does not stop the irreparable damage that has already been done. Well, I don't want to say irreparable. Everything will probably come back up eventually, but it's going to take a really long time. The same day that the pre-orders went out for the Switch 2 is the following day they got pulled the fuck back.
Sure.
You can't if you're in fucking North America, you cannot order a Switch 2. You can't pre-order it because they pulled it off the shelves. Some people are saying it's to do a cost reassessment to see if they need to charge more for the Switch 2 due to the tariffs. They're already charging more for the games, if you didn't know. Because before
that's all. Yeah,
before they announced
that already let me know it ain't
that's
for me right now.
That's a whole different topic right there.
That's a whole other.
We could do a whole discussion on that.
Let's discuss.
Man.
Did you guys watch the Switch Direct?
Yeah.
Terry did not.
You know I did because I don't want no Switch. I don't
want no Switch.
I don't want no Switch.
That's
okay,
crazy.
so for the Terrys of the world, I'll give you the rundown of the Switch. A bunch of games got announced during the Switch Direct. They announced that the Switch is going to have group chat. It's also going to have a FaceTime chat. There's a camera that you can attach to it. Whenever you use that camera, apparently your Switch will run at 2 frames a second because that preview was terrible. It was really bad.
I believe that camera's only like 480p or something like that, but I digress.
Yeah, but that's not the important part. Switch finally got group chat. Welcome to the Xbox 360.
Okay.
It took them that long. You do have to pay for that stupid Switch Online stuff that's really expensive for no reason. There you go. But they did announce a new Donkey Kong game that looks gas. There's a From Software game that people are calling Bloodborne 2. That's gonna be a Switch exclusive. There's a new Mario Kart. There's a new Kirby, and the new Metroid game is in first person. It looks kind of cool.
Oh.
Now, that's all the stuff they announced for the Switch 2. During that rundown, they also left a little snippet in there about how you can get upgrades to your existing Switch games. They didn't announce what the price for those upgrades were going to be, but they said for a price, you can upgrade your Switch 1 games to Switch 2 games for certain games that people wanted to play with higher fidelity, such as playing Tears of the Kingdom at 60 frames a second. In 1080p with 60 frames. They said that the Switch 2 can also do up to 120 frames at TP or 60 frames at 4K, which is good. It's great. It's great for a handheld. At the price point of $450, it's a little pricey.
A little pricey. In
this current economy, it's extremely pricey.
There we go. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
In the current economy, yes. But,
I mean, you can have eggs or you can have a Switch. You can't have both.
But
eggs do make me gassy.
I like Fridays.
In an economy where the Steam Deck exists, the Asus ROG Ally exists, the MSI Claw exists, the Legion Pro exists. I mean, that's honestly it's a competitive price.
It is a competitive price compared to all of those ones, because all of those are priced between the 400 and 500 range anyway. So it's not unlike all of its competitors. But unlike all of its competitors, you can only play Switch games on a Switch. They don't have a lot of third-party offerings. They do have a couple. They're bringing, I think, Borderlands 4 and a couple other games. They're expanding their third-party offerings. But for all of the first-party offerings for Switch, and this is what they decided to announce after the Direct was over, for good reason, because they want $80 for Mario Kart.
Ooh, $80
$80 and $90 for the physical.
If you want a cartridge, A cartridge
$90
that
90 for
only
the
has a
physicals,
downloadable
right?
key on it.
Yeah.
Not the full game.
The actual,
download
the actual
code.
game, just a download code. Yeah.
They want $90 for physical.
They smoking deep fried dick.
Man.
Smoking.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I couldn't.
I was not expecting that from Tiffany today. That was not on my
I didn't
bingo.
expect.
I'm
nope,
sorry.
Not from the unlocked player. That needed been. They had to pay for that comment.
I'm telling you,
Shit.
Tiff hit the nail on the head. $90 for
Right.
a physical cartridge of Mario Kart. Not just
Man.
that, any of the Nintendo first-party offerings are now going to be $80 if they're a Switch 2 game and $90 if you want a cartridge.
And everybody
Or the
thought
download code.
Xbox or
See me, I can stay
Sony
home,
was gonna do that price
But I
hike
gotta
on
go
the
to the store and pay
games.
$10 more. You lost your fucking mind.
But the thing that's also interesting about this is your upgrades for all of your Switch 1 games that you want higher fidelity and you want better graphics and you want to be able to play Tears of the Kingdom not at 15 frames a second. That's $30.
I'm cool.
Jesus
Just Dance
freaking.
and Animal Crossing look fine on my TV right now.
This nigga.
30
said
I'm
he
cool.
does.
I'm fucking fine.
$30
I
upgrade.
mean,
Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry.
I've never bought any
You
kind
heard.
of console on day one anyway, so I'll be alright.
But
Be
you
alright
got it
for a
though.
while.
But you gonna get it though, huh?
You say you still gonna get it, bro.
No, I'm good.
You
I
sure?
think I'm good.
You sure?
I think I'm good. I love Mario Kart. I really
I
do.
do too. I do too.
Oh yeah, Mario.
Wow.
Yeah, I got Mario Kart.
Well,
Yeah, that's
Kart.
again, if
that shit
I'm
look bomb
gonna
on my
shell
TV.
if I'm gonna shell out that kind of money, I'm either gonna upgrade the graphics card in my rig, or I'm gonna get a handheld PC.
Here's the thing, right? If I haven't
What?
paid $90 if I didn't pay $90 for any of the, like, I didn't pay $90 for Assassin's Creed. I didn't pay $90 for the last God of War. I didn't pay $90 for the last GTA. I didn't pay $90 for Metaphor Refantatio. All of these games are
The shit you
incredible
wanted.
modern marvels of games.
Mhm.
And I'm
they
not
look
paying
good.
$90.
And I ain't fucking doing that shit.
Why the fuck?
Whoa, Tiff. Wait a minute.
Especially,
Who is
and
this?
especially
You know
in
what?
an
It must be
era
the day.
where
It's the day.
Game Pass
Yes.
exists.
Yeah, with Game Pass, even PlayStation Plus, which is a lesser offering, Amazon Prime Games,
A lesser off.
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
Epic
their whole
Games.
their whole Luna
is dropping
service.
a
Yeah.
bucket, but I'm just saying.
I mean, it's a ridiculous thing to ask for. It's a ridiculous thing
Like,
to charge.
Nintendo really wants us to pay $80 for a first-party game in the era where other subscription services exist. Fuck out of here.
Man, fuck all that. Where the fuck is a handheld PC? Why y'all act like you just said some shit that
That's
y'all know
Steam
about?
Deck.
Steam
We've
Deck,
talked
bro.
about this
Put it
so
on your
many
wish list.
times.
Oh, I put it on my wish list. The steamer.
Oh my
Y'all
god!
know-
Please,
y'all know all
please,
niggas don't be
please
knowing
put,
shit.
please put an annotation that pops up there referencing to that video.
A steamer. My bad.
Put
Sorry.
an
I just didn't-
annotation.
No one
right-
ever said it was a. No one said handheld PC before. That was new to me. All I was like,
Right.
how the fuck this nigga carrying his computer
Man.
around, big dummy? I saw a big ass TV.
Yo, dead ass be facts, my guy. You ain't never heard of a laptop?
That is a portable.
Can you please, I beg you, please put a light bulb above his head? Please. Please.
Everybody point to Terry right now for
I
his light
beg
bulb.
you.
Point to him.
I
Point to
beg-
him. Point to him. Make that light bulb pop
Hold on,
up.
hold on.
Can we have
Hold on, wait,
can we just
wait,
have a light
wait.
bulb and a ding?
Hold on, wait,
Uh-oh.
wait.
Get mad.
No, wait, stop, wait. I'm sorry. I gotta do this right now.
I love it.
So
here.
when he said portable PC,
Uh-huh.
I was thinking about like for games only.
Huh?
I wasn't thinking about a fucking laptop though. But listen,
Uh-huh.
yeah, goddamn.
He said, hey man, you just blew this
He
man's
about to be
mind
Huh?
for
fucked
real.
up for the rest of the
Listen,
day.
he don't know what to do. His mind is jumbled. Thoughts
No,
Man.
scrambled.
so I was thinking
Do it,
about
Terry.
like
Terry, don't do it,
I
bro.
thought it was just
You're
a,
gonna hurt yourself, bro.
I thought it was
You
just
gonna hurt
like
yourself.
like PC made. I thought PC
Carry
made a
the
Game
1
Boy.
minus the 0 square root of pi.
5, 6,
Oh
7.
god!
Carry the
Find-
1.
13 colonies.
fishing
52
effects.
states.
Hey, Terry,
Goddamn
you
47.
know 1
47.
plus 1 is 2.
To the third
will-
power.
Man,
I
Square
will
root.
say this.
I feel bad. Fuck now.
there should
I'm
be
sorry.
maths going across the
Quick
screen
maths.
right now.
I would
Hey, man.
like to leave you with one more thing while we're talking about the Switch. I need you to consider this. If you are a reasonable human being and you think, you know what? I won't get the Switch when it first comes out, but I might pick it up later. I have 2 things for you to consider. 1, if/when those tariffs go back into effect, the Switches that were already made will be sold at one price, and the
Yep.
Switches that they make in the future will be sold at another. Because the price of making them
Look at the cat.
is going to get a lot more expensive. The cat's listening. The cat's paying
The
attention.
cat's like, hey, are you listening to this right now?
And I will leave
Come on,
you
Mark.
with my second statement, which is a more of a question. When is the last time you've seen a first-party Switch game go on sale?
Not never.
Very rare. It is
I never even seen.
very
They go on
rare.
sale? I didn't
Those
even ever see
prices
that
never.
sale.
Those prices never go down.
They don't.
They stay. They
They
stay.
don't.
Tears
They
of the
stay-
Kingdom is
You
like
go
3
right now. That
years
shit
old.
is still
and
it is still
$60.
Mhm.
If you think in the future that Mario Kart will go on sale and it won't be $90,
You're crazy.
at Christmas you might get 10% off.
Maybe.
So you're still paying the 80 plus tax
Or-
for
right.
Or
Plus
or
tax.
maybe
Or you
maybe
might
you
get lucky and it actually is part of a bundle.
or you get
It might be part of a Switch
So it is part of a bundle. There's a Switch bundle. You get Mario Kart because Mario Kart is a launch title on the Switch 2. So the Mario Kart and the Switch 2, $500.
I'm sorry. I thought $500.
The console, because the console by itself is like $450.
So you get the game for
with the
$50.
bundle, yeah. So with the bundle, you save like $40
$30
or whatever on the game.
I'm glad my daughter grown
out.
because I'm not buying her no
Get out.
no
Just
Switch.
get out.
I'm not. I bought the last 2.
Nope.
Hell no. I ain't buying
Listen,
no
I'm
more.
not. Also, I do okay. Okay, I do okay. I'm comfortable. Not
yes,
not.
you are. No, you
Could always do
comfortable, bro.
better.
'Cause your
No,
yard,
not that.
yard
fucking
big.
comfortable.
The helicopter be landing at the house, bro.
Oh my god.
No.
And for that kind, I'm telling
They
you,
do
man,
fly
for-
over them on occasion.
Like, I'm
but
telling you,
It was a flyby. I thought she was landing on the
I
house.
Yeah,
I will
no,
just
fly, bro.
upgrade
Yeah.
my PC
No.
for that kind of money.
let me tell you, I ain't got it. I ain't got it. I ain't got it.
I mean,
I don't
can
foresee
make it.
myself having it.
I can make it work, but not for no Switch 2. I
Oh
can't
my.
justify it.
You don't get to release the Switch 2 2 months after you announce it and then expect for me to get it day 1.
Right, that part. Because
You
I'm expecting them to say like, okay, this is okay.
Holiday
Switch 2 is Switch 2 is
Holiday
coming like
season.
holiday season, or Switch 2 is coming the beginning of
season.
2026 or some shit like that. Really? You're gonna drop this and oh yeah, by the way, it's coming out in 2 months.
Tomorrow, season
What?
2
Fuck
months.
outta
Pre-orders are out at the end of the week.
That's wild.
Then I saw some stories. Supposedly, Nintendo is trying to ship a whole bunch of Switch to the U.S. to try to beat the tariffs. Supposedly,
Yeah. So they have a stock of Switch 2s in the States already. They already
Right.
have some in the States. So that's why they were going to push that $450 price without it going up again. But they were still making them, I think they were building them in Vietnam to avoid the
Something
tariffs
like that.
they were going
Mhm.
to put on China. Because
Yeah.
they didn't think that they were also going to put tariffs on Vietnam. But then they did. So now they're trying to move all of those already built Switch 2s before the tariffs increase or some stupid shit like
they're
that.
trying to expedite them units.
Yeah.
Trying to move that work.
Merlin don't like that.
Mhm.
Merlin like, nah, stop talking about
Yeah.
this right now.
But once
Stop it.
once they're gone, I foresee them being more expensive. But I am not a financial specialist. I just
Don't take your
Now,
information
to-
from us.
To Nintendo's credit, they did implement a strategy to try to beat out the scalpers.
I guess.
They
still ain't
implemented
buying
a little policy.
And
A
I still
policy
ain't buying
where-
that shit.
You had to apply to pre-order for the Switch. And apparently one of the requirements was, I think it was, you had to have been an active Nintendo Online member by April 2nd, and you had to have at least 50 hours of playtime on that account to even be able to apply to pre-order it.
I don't know about the playtime, but I did see the story about how you do have to be a Nintendo Online member.
I saw that part too on an article. I don't.
I guess that
remember
kind of
where,
does help
but-
because you just have people out there who be like, oh, you go ahead and
that
buy
makes
this
it
and sell
harder.
it. It makes
Yeah.
it a
Makes
it
little
harder
bit
for
harder.
scalpers.
So
Yeah.
Also,
yeah.
GameStop did announce that if you turn in a Switch with 2 working controllers, they'll give you, what was it, like 175 for it? So, trade-in value.
GameStop?
That's not bad.
So
That's not
175 does make
But
that
I still ain't
450
getting it.
number a lot more manageable. I'm not gonna listen. I would be a hypocrite if I looked you dead in the face right now and said, I am never getting a Switch 2. I want to play Mario Kart.
I'm not saying I'm
Mario
never going
Kart.
to get it. It's just again that goes against my personal
just ain't
rule.
happening. It ain't
never
happening
bought
right
a
now.
console on day
It
one.
ain't happening right
ever.
now.
I bought my Xbox pretty soon after. I did. I got it Black Friday, so not day one, but like month 1.
It was
month
impossible
one.
for me to get my freaking Xbox Series X when it came.
Oh,
'cause
shit. Me and Al were in
that
Japan. We
shit
just
was-
walked to the store.
Well, y'all were lucky. Y'all were fucking lucky. When I tell you, it took me months, and it was a dedicated.
We're on a military base too.
Oh, man, I couldn't
Yeah.
wait. I was like, boy, I'm going on lunch.
Yeah.
Going to the next. Here we go.
Everybody else was at work.
Yep.
Well, I think it was. I'm not gonna say names, but somebody's spouse worked over at the next two. Hid that shit over next to the fucking under the towels. Shit, you know what it was. You know what it was.
I got mine. He said I got mine.
I got mine. Yeah.
Crazy.
But yeah, things are expensive. Also, thanks to Game Pass, I think I have the rest of the year planned out with what I'm playing.
Oh yeah.
Between Game Pass and the few games in which I have to pay full price for, I'm good. I don't think I need a Switch 2 until next year. Gonna be honest with you. There's a lot of games coming out this year. I am struggling to
this
finish
year.
the games that I'm currently playing. Like
Right.
I finished South of
Right.
Midnight. I'm trying to finish Assassin's
Damn, I
Creed.
still gotta go
Me
back
and my
and
wife
finish
still
that.
need to
Yeah.
finish Split Fiction.
Right.
I haven't
Yeah.
finished Avowed.
That's a lot.
If it came out this year, I haven't finished it unless it's South of Midnight. If South of Midnight was only like 12 hours of a game.
And then Clear Obscure Expedition 33 is coming, which that's the
We
one
got
that
Doom
I'm
coming.
really excited for.
Damn, yeah, we do got Doom.
We got Doom coming.
Yo, oh yeah, yeah.
That
Doom,
that
There's
got
a lot
heavy
of
hitters on the way.
games to be played. There's a lot of ways to play them. There's also
man.
this has been the cheapest way to play a lot of first party games if you have Game Pass. Xbox does
Yeah.
not pay me. I would love if they did, but they don't.
Man, that would be great.
Man,
But it is
real nice.
top tier right now. If you want,
'cause
you
we've
want
been
games
bigging
to
them up
play.
for a minute now.
Like a whole library at your
Listen,
disposal.
you can still get some 360 games on there too. Like,
Hell yeah.
Man.
bruh, you can't tell me it's not the best choice right now.
I do go back sometimes and play. Was it Doritos
For the
Crash
hell of
Course?
Man.
Hey,
I like that game.
hey.
And the
that
other
was
one,
my-
Midnight.
that was
What
my
was it?
shit.
Monday
Midnight
Night
Rock.
Combat. What was it called?
Yeah, Monday Night
Wait.
Combat. I remember that.
You remember? I think it was for the PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2. If you got a meal at Burger King, they gave you the Burger King kart
Burger King.
racer.
Bro, they had more than
My
just a
God.
Burger King car racer. They had an actual like Burger King game.
Oh
Man.
my god.
Yes, I remember. I remember Burger King game.
We're
Like,
old.
Good times.
We're
Good
old. It's
times.
okay.